Alright, it's the new episode of SmarkCast. I promise I'd do something special for Wrestlemania. So I'm doing a YouTube video. I've been talked into it by several people, which really sucks, because I hate being on camera, so this is huge for me. So people seeing me who have been listening to my podcast, you know who I am. I'm Minus Darren, and this is the SmarkCast. Also, I'm recording a podcast at the exact same time, so people who actually listen to my podcast this time are going to get a lot of things where I'm going to talk about visual, and they're not going to see it, so it's going to be very confusing and probably hilarious. But what this is just I'm going to be talking about WrestleMania, giving my thoughts on it, and my predictions. I've been doing this for like 2 years or something like that. I write for a website called NoDQ.com, where I have been doing the predictions. I have only gotten every single one of them right once. I think that was Battleground last year, something like that. So if you're looking at this and you're like, oh, predictions, maybe this guy's right, and you're planning on to go betting, don't, because I think my average is 89% on everything. I usually get 1 or 2 wrong, and there's several matches on this card where I'm not very confident in who's going to win it. As you can see, I am a huge nerd, so liking wrestling is not something that is abnormal for me. And you can see I got a lot of glare here around this area. It's because the window's right there, and it's glaring right in on me, and the computer is vibrating. I know this is not great quality. It's because I don't have a webcam. I'm using the thing on my laptop. I'm hoping you can even hear me, because I've never actually made a YouTube video before. This will be my first. A YouTube virgin. Alright, but I want to go ahead and get into it because I don't want to make this really long, because like I said, I really hate being on camera. I got my match list right here because I'm not really good when it comes to memory, so I'm going to forget some of them if I don't. I'm wondering even if the audio is going to be matching. I hope so, but if it's not, oh well, I don't care. This is an amateur video anyway. It's not like I paid millions, thousands of dollars to actually have this done professionally. Alright, so pre-show. The whole WrestleMania thing is going to be a grand total of 7 hours this year. I find that to be ridiculous. There is no need for that crap. The pre-show is going to be 2 hours. I'm assuming the first hour is just going to be video packages and talking and interviews and crap like that, which means I'm going to skip it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of wrestling, but even I think that's excessive. I'm going to completely skip the first hour. I mean, because it's just going to show video packages that we're going to see throughout the night anyway, like the Eminem video package and all that. So, who cares? The second hour is probably going to be more video packages, probably the same video packages, and interviews, followed by a match, which I will give my prediction for. It's the tag team fatal 4-way between the Usos, Ryback, the Real Americans, and Los Matadores. Even though the Usos are my favorite tag team in the WWE today, I am very glad that this is on the pre-show because I don't give a crap about it. It's a product of having rewrites. There's nothing they could have done. They couldn't give the Usos a feud, which sucks balls. Sorry if that's not allowed, but it's true. It's horrible. They put him in the ring with 3 teams that no one gives a crap about. The Real Americans aren't going to win because that's 2 guys who have been having troubles. They're trying to split them up anyway. Swagger is nowhere near the level of Cesaro. That's the truth. Sorry if you're a Swagger fan. Ryback are 2 dudes with 0 charisma that are thrown together because WWE has nothing else to do with them, and they don't want to let them go because Ryback has the look, and Curtis Axel, his dad is Mr. Perfect, so you got to keep him around for whatever lineage. And then you got Los Matadores, which I really don't care if they just get fired, because they're impressive in the ring, but that persona is god awful, and that little bull gets on my nerves. So 3 teams I don't give a crap about, and the Usos, who are immensely impressive and awesome. Usos easily win this one. Yeah, Usos walking out with the belts. Simple as that. And so I want to skip on to the actual show, which actually matters. I'm going to do it in order, not in the order I think that the matches are going to be in, but the order in which I give a crap about them, followed by the main event. As you know, only 2 titles are going to be defended in the entire night, which I find to be asinine. The Intercontinental Championship should have been defended, and the U.S. title should have been defended. But even though that's the truth, I still think this is one of the strongest WrestleMania cards they've had in years. Last year's WrestleMania was terrible. The WrestleMania before that was not that great. For those of you who think that The Rock and Cena put on 2 great shows, I'm sorry. I beg to differ. I thought both of those matches were awful. Just plain terrible. Boring all around. But that's just my opinion. So let's get started. We're gonna have we have 4-hour show here. 7 matches, which means each match averages out to roughly 35 minutes. I think it's 35 minutes, and with entrances, video packages, backstage segments, stuff like that. Because there's gonna be a lot of legends around. There are gonna be a lot of legends popping up here and there. You're gonna have each match being roughly 25 minutes. But you know that they're not going to give the Divas 25 minutes. They're going to give the Divas maybe 10, 15. Maybe, if they're lucky. Which, good segue to start with the Divas match. I am not going to go through who all is in this match because there's 14 Divas. Every Diva on the entire WWE roster, not NXT, WWE. WWE roster is on this match. And it's I think it's going to be just a mess. It's going to be 14 girls in there trying to win, getting a pin, because it's first pin to a fall. So the first person to get a pin wins it, and it's just going to be there's not going to be a real match. It's just going to be a cluster F. I'm not going to say that word, but it is. It's going to be a problem, a major problem. But AJ Lee's not walking out with the title. Plain and simple. She's going to lose it here. I do believe that the WWE is punishing her for CM Punk leaving because everyone knows her and CM Punk are together. And WWE has a tendency to punish the significant others, if you will. The Divas, it's going to be one of 4 people winning this: Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Natalya, or Naomi. One of those 4 ladies are going to win it. And I have to make a prediction, so I'm going with Natalya. Natalya is going to take it. She's going to win the belt. She's been looking strong recently. She's kind of got most of the storylines, I guess, on Total Divas, and she's one of the more talented girls, and she really deserves the belt anyway. I mean, I love AJ Lee, but they really haven't done anything with her. They gave her the belt, and then she systematically beat everybody, and then all of a sudden, in a turn of a few weeks, she started losing constantly. So, winner of this match, Natalya. She's going to have the belt as a WrestleMania in my eyes. That's one of the ones that I'm not sure about, because Naomi really could take it, or one of the Bellas could take it. But I'm going to go ahead and say Natalya. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. Second match. The Battle Royal, another match I don't really care about. All it is a match that is replacing Money in the Bank. They have to have an annual big-time match. The difference between Money in the Bank and this Battle Royal is Money in the Bank meant something. Money in the Bank, you win that, you get a briefcase, which pretty much guarantees you a belt. You win this Battle Royal, you get a trophy in the shape of Andre the Giant. Yay. Whatever. This one's another one. There's 30 dudes in here. I'm not going to go through who is all in this match. Besides that, there are, I think, 3 more spots open. There was 4, and Brad Maddox is now a part of it, which means that Zack Ryder's not going to be the first one eliminated. It's probably going to be Brad Maddox. One of the 3 is going to be taken by RVD. I know RVD is going to come back. He has to. They're going to sign him. I don't know about the other 2. Probably be a legend or something like that. But the winner of this, I believe, will be Big E. I think it'll either be Big E or Ziggler, because they've been trying to push Ziggler, it seems, which I'm really happy for, because Ziggler is a guy who's been busting his butt for years trying to establish himself And he's great in the ring, he's great on the mic, and he's a workhorse. But when you're a workhorse in the WWE, sometimes that's a problem, because workhorses tend to be stuck in mid-card hell. Look at Tyson Kidd, everyone else. They're all just stuck because they're workhorses. They'll put on great matches. The same thing that Bret Hart had to go through for a while. He was stuck because he was a workhorse and really tried. Shawn Michaels too. So Ziggler's stuck. I wish he would win it, but I don't think he will. I think Big E's going to win this one because they need Big E to start looking strong, because there's only one main title now. The Intercontinental title, the U.S. title don't mean crap. The U.S. title hasn't even been defended in like 6 months. Intercontinental title has been defended, but no one's really cared. So we need Big E to look big here, to look great. He needs to make that title look huge. So I think he's got this one. And he's a big guy. And Sheamus has a chance to win it too. I think it's going to be a big guy that wins it. It's not going to be some small guy that overcomes the odds. But Big E is who I'm calling for this one. All right, the next, let's see, let's sit back here. The next one is something this is where these 5 matches are where the show really kicks off for me. The Shield versus Kane and the Outlaws. I'm actually really excited for this match because whenever the Shield are in the ring, it's usually awesome. Outlaws as well. They can put on a show. Even though they're kind of old, they can still put on a show. They're one of the few legends that I like to see. I mean, I love seeing the legends come in and boost the ratings and have fun and all that stuff, but I hate it when they put them in the main event. I hate it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why are you pushing all the old guys when all these young guys are busting their butts to be in the main event? But that's another time. You can listen to my podcast. It's the SmarkCast on Podomatic. I'm going to have all the links in the description. It's on iTunes, everything. You can listen to that and you can hear my awful rants, the ones I've gotten death threats over because I keep saying that I don't like The Rock. Either way, whatever. I don't care. You can send your hate my way. I really don't care. But everyone thinks that it's going to be the Shield losing and splitting up. I don't see that. I see it as the Shield are going to look really strong here and maybe start showing cracks again at the next pay-per-view. I think they're going to want the Shield to win clean and look really strong because these guys are the future. Roman Reigns, they're one time soon in the future, he's going to have the company on his back. Him and Cesaro are 2 people that I truly believe will be the face of the company one day. I really wish it was Rollins or Ambrose, but, Reigns is a beast. So, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a great match, and I think it will be the Outlaws putting the Shield over. I really do. I think someone, probably Reigns, will pin one of the Outlaws, and the Shield will win it clean, no problem. There's not going to show any kind of cracks, anything like that. It's just going to be Shield being the Shield, standing strong together, as always. They want this face stable to last a little bit longer. I don't know when they're going to break up, but eventually someone's going to turn on somebody. It won't be at WrestleMania, though. Shield standing tall, hands raised. All right, let's see. The next one, people, I think, are excited for it, but a lot of people are really just expecting something that won't happen. Everyone sees Cena at WrestleMania, and it's like The Undertaker. You automatically assume he's going to win, which is actually wrong because Cena's WrestleMania record isn't that great. Cena's WrestleMania record, I think he's got just as many losses as he does wins. And they think, oh no, he's going to go strong over Bray. He's going to bury Bray. He's not. Cena, regardless of what everyone thinks of Cena is a guy who really gives a crap about the company and the direction the company goes in. I've met Cena a couple times, and he is genuinely a nice guy. He genuinely cares about the company. And with that, I think he's going to put Bray over. It's WWE that will probably not make it be clean. I think that Bray will go over here, but it's not going to be a clean win. The other Wyatts are probably going to interfere. And if Cena does win, it's going to be by disqualification due to the interference of the Wyatts. But I do believe that they need to make Bray Wyatt look strong here. They're going to make him look strong. Even if he wins dirty, he's going to look strong. So, Bray Wyatt I think Bray Wyatt's got this one. Bray Wyatt wins it. Cena loses. Hopefully clean. Probably not. And people just really lay on Cena a lot. Like, oh, he can't wrestle. If he can't wrestle, how come he has so many great matches? Think about the stuff he did with CM Punk back in the day, man. And everyone can say, oh, no, that's CM Punk. And I'm a CM Punk fan. I have every single one of his shirts. I'm a huge CM Punk fan, even though he quit on me and just left the company, whatever. But I respect Cena immensely because of what he's done for this company. And people just lay on him all the time, like, oh, he can't. Yeah, he can wrestle. He can actually put on a show. CM Punk, it takes two to tango, man. And that's why The Rock and Cena did not put on a good show, because The Rock didn't bring it. He brought what he thought he needed to bring in order to sell his movies. That's all The Rock cares about. He cares about himself. Cena cares about a little bit more than himself. But either way, that's not the point of this. The point of this is Bray going over. He's going to win it. Alright, the next one. Lesnar versus Taker. If you listen to my podcast for a good month, I was saying I didn't want this match. I don't want this match. And it had nothing to do with the match quality. Absolutely nothing to do at all with the match quality. Because these two guys can put on a match together. That has nothing to do with it. It's all about, I want to see The Undertaker in Dallas. I want to see him do 2 more WrestleManias. I want him to be a part of the biggest WrestleMania in history, because it's going to have the most people at it. That Dallas Stadium holds a ton of people. So I want to see The Undertaker there. Brock Lesnar wrestles really stiff, and he's known for hurting guys. It doesn't happen often. It's not Ryback style. Ryback hurts everyone. But Brock does hurt people, and it's not really his fault. It's just the way he is. He's very athletic. He's very strong. He doesn't mean to hurt people, but he does hurt people. I'm not talking about like breaking Triple H's arm or anything like that. That was crap. Everyone knows that was fake. It was just Triple H bending his arm at a certain angle and made it look like it broke. Didn't really happen. I'm talking about, like, he does hurt people. He clotheslines them a little too hard, gives them concussions, stuff like that. I don't want that to happen to Taker. Taker already can barely walk. This is another reason why I don't want to see Sting and Undertaker, is because it's just not going to be a good match. That's 2 guys that are in there that are so old, they can barely walk. They got plastic hips and plastic knees, and if Sting and Taker does happen, it'll be great. The match will be terrible, but the build up and the spectacle will be fantastic. But Brock Lesnar and Undertaker, even though there's no chance in hell Lesnar wins this, it's the Taker. The streaks can go on, but still, I think it'll be a great match. I'm hoping they get at least 20-30 minutes to put on a show. I think it'll be a lot of beatdown action from Lesnar. Lesnar will be destroying Undertaker through this whole thing. Undertaker's just not going to stay down, doing what he does best, and because I think it's going to be mostly Lesnar doing the work. I don't think that Taker's going to do much work. He's going to do a tombstone, maybe a last ride, do old school, maybe jump over the ropes once or twice, but I don't think it's going to be like a real back and forth match. It's going to be Lesnar absolutely destroying Taker, and then Taker doing a miraculous comeback, probably going to be put up in a F5 or something, and somehow reverse that into an amazing choke slam or tombstone or whatever, and get the 3. And then he's 23-0. So right, that's it right there. Undertaker wins. This one is one of the ones on the card I have 0 doubt about. 0. Because Lesnar's not going to win this. No part-timer will ever beat the streak. If someone beats the streak, it'll be someone new, which is why I think if Roman Reigns really gets built up enough, by the time Dallas comes around, or maybe even next WrestleMania, if he's popular enough, if he's the face of the company, I think they could give him the streak. Do I want the streak to end, though? No. The streak should always go on forever. There should never be an end to the streak. So if anyone takes it, it needs to be someone who has a future with the company, who's going to be the face, who needs to be taken seriously. And Lesnar's not that person. Lesnar is someone who's always going to be a part-timer because he's a family man. He loves his family. So Lesnar's no chance of winning this. Taker takes it. All right, we move on to the two main shows on the card. Triple H and Bryan and the triple threat match. Triple H and Bryan. This one's another one that people have a lot of misconceptions about. I'm people who think about wrestling logically instead of what they think they know. They know that Bryan's going to win this because in no way, shape, or form would the WWE ever screw this up, because this is huge. If they have Bryan lose here, especially to Triple H, it's going to kill Bryan's momentum completely, B, make them lose who could possibly be the face of the company, and C, make everyone in that building hate WWE. They will lose a lot of fans and a lot of money. So in no way is WWE dumb enough to have Bryan lose this. And another misconception everyone says is, oh, Triple H buries everybody. Oh, he buries everybody. He actually doesn't. He's lost to Shelton Benjamin. He's put over Shelton Benjamin, of all people. He put over Randy Orton. The reason why Randy Orton is where he is because he beat Triple H clean. How did he bury Randy Orton right there? And then everyone's talking about their promos. Oh, they're them talking about how bad and how much of a B+ player Bryan is bad. No, it's not. It's actually really good, because what that's doing is making people hate Triple H, just hate him, despise him, and because they keep dogging the underdog, And then when the underdog beats him, that means this B+ player, this person that is not on Triple H's level, in Triple H's words, just beat him. Makes Daniel Bryan look even better. So how is that a burial? Not only do I think Bryan beats Triple H clean, I think Triple H taps out. I think he taps out to the yes lock clean. No interference. There's probably going to be some interferences, but I don't think it's going to cause the match. I think that Triple H taps out clean to Daniel Bryan, and then everyone who always talks about how Triple H buries everybody and all that can just do this. Shut up. That's one of the main things about the WWE that I really hate right now, are some of the fans who they do the hijack Raw thing, which was dumb. And they just they've been complaining for months, put Daniel Bryan in the main event, put Daniel Bryan in the main event. They finally get it, and then they start complaining that, oh, Triple H is going to bury him, Triple H is going to bury him. Those kind of fans make fans like me and fans like my friends who are wrestling fans, who just sit back and enjoy the product for what it is, and they make us look like horrible, horrible people. Because we don't complain. When CM Punk left, we didn't complain. Do you know why we didn't complain? Because it's not the WWE's fault he left. He quit. He quit on us. My favorite wrestler of all time quit on me. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to complain to the WWE that he quit? And everyone always makes the argument to me. A couple of emails I've received where, oh no, he did. The WWE made him quit because they didn't book him right. Okay, Daniel Bryan has been booked like crap for a year. Ziggler's been booked like crap for 15 years. Tyson Kidd's never on TV. Fandango is a dancing idiot. Santino is nothing but a joke. The Divas have been booked like garbage for years. Do you know that this WrestleMania is the first WrestleMania in 4 years that there has been a Divas or women's title match? Just saying. Those 6 things right there, that's 6 people who, or actually more than 6 considering it's all of the Divas, that did not quit because they were booked poorly. all the back were pretty pissed that The Rock came in and took the main event spot at Mania. Did anyone quit? No. But Batista comes in and gets the main event, and CM Punk quits? No. He's my favorite wrestler of all time, but bitch move, CM Punk. So, I mean, you quit all you want. You take your ball and go home. I don't care. So, I don't get mad at WWE for stuff like that. And then the fans are all complaining at them, and then, like, whenever the Wyatts, a genuine awesome team. Bray Wyatt is one of the best on the mic right now. You chant CM Punk's name when he's doing a promo. That's a slap in the face. I mean, if you really want CM Punk back, stop talking about him. Just stop. And eventually, WWE will say, everyone's forgot about him. Let's bring him back because it'll make a huge pop. But I don't think he's coming back. And I personally don't care because I saw him on The Talking Dead. And to be honest, if that's the way he looks when he's not wrestling, no bags under his eyes, he looks like he's in shape, he looked happy, he looked relaxed, he didn't look like he had any stress in his life. I want him to be like that. I want that. I want Phillip Brooks. I don't want CM Punk. Because CM Punk always looked like he was half dead. He was always tired and stuff. But it's whatever. I mean, if the fans want to say that Triple H is just going to bury everybody, then they can believe that all they want. But I will admit, definitely, he does bury a lot of people. He does. I'm not saying he doesn't bury anybody. I'm saying when it comes to someone like Daniel Bryan, someone who could possibly be the face of the company, he ain't going to bury him. Just like Randy Orton, he isn't going to bury him at all. And he has made dumb decisions. Bringing Batista back is a dumb decision. And that was Triple H. That wasn't Vince McMahon. And, you know, actually, it wasn't really a dumb decision because Batista's got talent. It was just the way they did it was dumb. Having him win the Royal Rumble, that shouldn't have happened. But either way. But speaking of Batista, good segue to the main event. I was not happy when it was Randy Orton and Batista because that is, I mean, even though those two have put on good matches before in the past, that's not really a WrestleMania type main event. They had to add somebody. And, you know, everyone started saying, oh, well, Triple H has a chance to be in this match. That means he's definitely going to be in this match. Not really. What that was the original stipulation was if Daniel Bryan wins, he gets to be in the main event. But if Triple H wins, it's just Triple H wins. And that right there says, when the stipulation is one-sided like that, most of the time logic says that the person with the stipulation is going to win. So he had to add that stipulation. There is I'd say a 30, maybe 40% chance that something happens during that match, and Triple H is added to it as well. So it's a four-way. But I seriously doubt it. I think it will be a triple threat, but I think at the end of the match, after Daniel Bryan makes Triple H tap, I think the Authority's going to come out, like Kane, the Outlaws, all of them, are going to come out and beat down Daniel Bryan, leaving him basically injured for the upcoming main event. I think that will probably happen. And then not only is Daniel Bryan the underdog, he's the injured underdog. So I think it will be mostly Randy Orton, Batista going back and forth. Daniel Bryan makes a miraculous comeback, gets a few hits in, and then comes back. Excuse me. Computer's dying. Makes a miraculous comeback, comes back, and wins the title. I think that Daniel Bryan will get this. I think Daniel Bryan walks out the champion. Most people believe that it will be Batista because Batista was supposedly promised the belt. I don't think so. The way I think because I think Batista will have the belt, but it won't be on WrestleMania. The thing is, at Royal Rumble, when Batista won, everyone hated that ending. All the fans were up in arms on that ending, hated it, every minute of it. But, actually, that actually ratings didn't drop. They raised because they wanted to see what was going on. But then when they found out that it was true, that Batista did win it and he was going to WrestleMania, then ratings dropped. So I don't think that people will accept Batista winning the main event at WrestleMania. I just don't think it'll happen. WrestleMania rarely sends people home unhappy. WrestleMania is all about the fans, making them happy. And the end, when Daniel Bryan wins, it's going to be 70,000 people. Yes, yes, yes. That's what it's going to be. That's what WWE wants. And if it's 70,000 people on their feet chanting yes, at that moment, Daniel Bryan becomes the face of the company. Cena takes a sidestep. Cena's not even in the main event. Cena is mid-card at WrestleMania. I think he's one of the 3 main events, but I think that they're even holding Taker's match over precedence over Cena. And that's progress. Cena's on the back legs of his career. He's not going to be around much longer. Maybe a few years. And once someone goes to the back legs of their career, they start putting over the younger talent. Jericho does it. Kane does it. Everyone does that. Taker hasn't, but Taker's got something else going on. And actually, no, Taker does, because he put over Shield. Remember, the Shield beat him at SmackDown and triple powerbombed him through a table. So even he's putting over younger talent. So Cena's going to start putting over younger talent. And that speaks volumes as to the kind of person he is. To me, I think WrestleMania is going to be a great show. If you are tallying what I got right here, all these matches, that's all but one of those are faces that won. That's 7 matches. 6 of those 7 matches were won by the faces. Because that's usually what happens, unless they're going to continue a storyline like Cena and Wyatt and Bray. The bad guy's probably going to win. They need the young, and most of these people who are winning, Usos, Natalya, Big E, The Shield, Wyatt's, all these guys are the young up and comers, because WrestleMania is the platform for all the young guys to show off what they got, and it's a chance for them to jump higher in the card. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think WrestleMania is going to be a great, great show. I think it's going to be way better than the last 2 years. Because it is. This one's about the young guys. This one's about the new era. And if you listen to my podcast again, before they talk about this reality era, I was saying 3 weeks beforehand that a new era is coming. It's what's it called? The universe era, I think, is what we were in. The universe era is ending and the new era is beginning. I thought it was going to be called the network era, but they called it the reality era. Don't know why, honestly, but either way. So, 2, recap. Usos are going to win the tag match. Natalya winning the Divas match. Big E winning the Battle Royal. Shield beats Outlaws and Kane. Bray Wyatt beats Cena. Taker beats Lesnar. Bryan beats Triple H and wins the WWE Championship against Batista and Randy Orton. So my predictions, you can write them down, see if I'm wrong. I will admit when I'm wrong. I don't think I'm going to get all of these right, but I might. Who knows? But anyway, this has gone on a little longer. I can't see my time. Hold on. Okay. Actually, it hasn't. It's gone on for 33 minutes. I usually do the pay-per-view specials for about an hour. But like I said, this one's on camera, and I don't want to be on camera for much longer. I hate cameras. For those of you who have watched on YouTube, thank you. I may start posting all of my SmarkCasts on YouTube. I'll have a SmarkCast channel. Like I said in the description, I'm going to have all my links and everything. I may have to do them all on all of these on YouTube because YouTube is the thing now. So, and I'm not getting a huge amount of views on my other 2 places that I go. I'm getting a ton on iTunes, though. I'm getting a ton of downloads. But I guess I know I've been having problems streaming with Podomatic. But anyway, this is SmarkCast. I am Minus Darren. That's at Minus Darren, MinusDarrin. On Twitter, you can follow me. Send me hate, send me love. I don't care. I just like talking to people. It's fun. And I guess if you have any questions, or you want to tell me I'm wrong, or you want to tell me you disagree, or you agree, I do have an email address. It's smarkcast@gmail.com. It's the name of this this podcast. Now a video. It's the name of that with Gmail to it. But I am Minus Darren. This is SmarkCast. Thank you for watching and listening.